Ghanaian guy you are dating, he will never marry you. Like point blank, they would say that. And I was like, okay, so my conclusion with Ghanaians is that if you're not a Ghanaian woman and you expect a Ghanaian man to marry you, you must be marrying into a Ghanaian family that is enlightened, that is from a rich family, yeah, those that don't mind you marrying from their culture. Or you must be a family of maybe those that live in the diaspora, their children grew up in the diaspora and they'll say, Mom, I love her. Those type of children, it's more acceptable. But where a man grew up in Ghana and then he comes to the diaspora and meets a woman, if he marries you in this country, in the UK, then you have something you are bringing out for them to accept you, and that's documents. I've talked about papers before. Most Ghanaian men are desperate for women with papers. That's just the truth from my experience in the UK. So if you don't have papers and a Ghanaian man meets you, he says he wants to marry you, then that man just truly loves you. I have seen 2 exceptional relationships that are successfully, into marriage. About 3. One is a Zambian who's married to a Ghanaian man. They met when they were going to work somewhere. They are very happy. They have two daughters. And then there's another lady from Tanzania who's married a Ghanaian man. I think they have about 3 or 4 kids. The man even left our town to go and live far away from Ghanaians so that no one judges his relationship, because he chose his family over friendships. And then there's another guy as well who's a Ghanaian who's married a Zambian girl. And it's funny because the first day I heard about this Zambian girl was, the father is rich. That's what they would say. The father is rich. The father is rich. Oh, the dad is a minister. And I was like, okay, so because my father is not a minister, maybe that's why I don't qualify. I don't know. But you would hear those type of statements like, oh, the guy has chosen a girl who comes from a rich family. Money also buys love, So this is my experience. They accept you on merits. What are you bringing on the table? And if they accept you on merits and you don't have all these qualifications that they are looking for in a woman, your relationship will break, especially if family is involved, friends are involved. Because I see, like, when you're dating a Ghanaian, you're not dating a Ghanaian alone, you're dating the whole community. The whole community will be involved in your relationship. This is the woman that this person is dating. So we want to know more about this person. And whatever decision that Ghanaian makes, they are so loyal. They follow that decision that he makes. So even when he decided to leave me and then go for the Ghanaian woman, guess what? They've been loyal still. They visit his house. They do all sorts of things together. So Ghanaians, it's a big risk to date a Ghanaian who has not promised you marriage. I was told your father will never eat a penny from me. And when my dad died, I cried. These are words that are deep when somebody tells you, I won't pay dowry. I remember telling the mom to say, look, in our culture, this is what we do. We give cows. And when we say cows in the Zambian culture, it doesn't mean we're going to give you cows physically. It means the equivalent of one cow, like money equivalent to one cow. So if one cow is at the moment $300 or $400 and then they tell you 10 cows, then that's your dowry. And she laughed her head off. Like, cows? She laughed her head off. So you are laughing at my culture. So how is it possible that you accept my food? my tradition and what we do. So these are the people that I've come across who don't accept you. And even when they meet you, they want to speak to you in their language only. Remember, I'm not talking about the enlightened Ghanaians. There are Ghanaians who are enlightened that will speak to you in English, will flow with you, will accept you. And there's the Ghanaians who are not enlightened. Unlike Zambia, where only enlightened people travel, in Ghana, you find people who don't even have education travel. And because some of them are good looking, they attract good looking women like us. And then when we meet them, we think, oh, we've met a man, until you realize, oh, this person has no education, this person is from here. But because you are in this country, you're also looking for love. You just accept this person. And it's like a queue of women also waiting for the same Ghanaian man. And there's also the aspect of them womanizing a lot. I know, according to what I've been told, in the Ghanaian culture, a Ghanaian man can marry many wives. So Ghanaian men are womanizers. Like, unlike Nigerians who womanize and hide a bit, Ghanaians will do it in your face. Like, in your face. That's what I faced. I faced this person cheating on me with women. I would even say, you are cheating on me with this person, you are cheating on me with this person, and the person would actually deny you. I remember when I was heavily pregnant, we were in a club called King's Tavern. I was helping my friend who had started a pub then. And this woman from Kenya appears, and I knew he was dating this girl from Kenya. And I was like, okay, so this is what you're doing. And the person just told me, you don't have education. You don't have a degree. She has a diploma. She's at university. You don't go to school. Like, comparing me to the other woman. And that's what even inspired me to even get myself an education. Because I was like, okay, if this person can look down on me because now I haven't yet got a college education or a degree, what more when he marries someone who has a qualification? Sometimes there was even a scandal of a lady from Kenya who is a lawyer. Oh, she's a lawyer. You know, I find them quite materialistic. I find Ghanaians quite materialistic in terms of, like, titles to them matter. They matter so much. Like, oh, this person has got a master. Oh, this one is a British citizen. You know, before they can even introduce you to someone, they introduce you to that person using what the person has. The father is a pilot. The father is this. The mother is this. Oh, they are from a rich family. Oh, they are chiefs. Oh, then they are called Nana. You know, Nanas from Ghana, they are chiefs. Oh, they're called Nana. And, you know, they would just use those type of terms in order for you to have that, what? Sir! That's how the Ghanaians get surprised. Sir! You know, sir! And they'll put that fear in you, like, oh, this one is a British citizen. They'll just, I don't know how I can explain it. But that's what I found. That's what I faced, you know. And you'll see these people influencing this person in your face. I began even picking up the language, by the way. So I can speak some of them. Atiseng, Nanya, Dom, you know, Uke Tree, you know, all those bits and pieces. And also I can also understand, I can pick up. And then you just hear them say, Masa, marry a Ghanaian woman. You know, they would always say that. So for me, I didn't feel accepted at all. I didn't feel accepted. If I ever say that I felt accepted, then of course I was told, oh, our wife, but our wife on the mouth and our wife taking me to my family to say, you want to marry me, there's a difference. So as long as there was never that commitment, I always knew that one day this relationship will break. So when the person walked out, it's something that I was already prepared for in my life. And even when he tried to come back, I knew it was just one of those things that, you know, eventually he would still never be happy because I'm not a Ghanaian woman. That is a major reason why when I keep on saying, even my videos say cultural differences. My culture did not fit into this Ghanaian culture and even the Ghanaian community. So this Ghanaian community now, they've embraced this man because he has married a Ghanaian woman. Am I unhappy? No, I'm happy because after he left, A lot of things that I have achieved today, I achieved them because he was no longer part of my life. Things like documents. I never had my documents, but now I have my documents and I travel as much as I want. So many things, my master's, my degree, so many things that I wanted to achieve in my life, I've been able to achieve them. Even becoming a vlogger, I don't think I would have been a vlogger if I was among the Ghanaian community then, because they would just think, even when I would post on Facebook, they would just think, oh, what is she doing? But that's me. This is Lily Mutamz. This is what I do. So I don't mean to upset anybody. Like I've said, this video is based on my opinion. Would I ever date a Ghanaian? No, not ever. Unless it's somebody who's been sent from God to say, oh, this person wants to marry me and whatever. But I know it will either be just a game. And that's what most women, when I said we have a group of women that we used to date these guys, most of us women that were dating these guys, all the relationships broke, including women from Ghana that were married to these guys. I don't know, maybe it's the Ghanaians here in the diaspora who have this type of mentality of jumping from one woman to another, and in the whole community they can be sharing one woman. You hear this woman, as soon as she's left by this guy, the other guy also goes there, another guy goes there, and one woman, all these women have, all these men have gone to date this woman. So it's like, I just feel some of them don't respect the value of having a woman that is there at home, but rather they would, and this is what I always used to experience, these are Ghanaian men that visit us with, their wives, their women. They would come home, and when they are not with their women, sometimes they would come with girlfriends. And I would say to myself, they are not ashamed to bring their girlfriends to my house, and then they will do the same, go to another Ghanaian house with girlfriends. These are men who've left women at home. And I would be thinking to myself, if they would do this to these women, that they are married to their Ghanaians, fellow Ghanaians, what about me? It means they do the same as the man that I was with was probably doing the same as well. Probably going with women to their houses, and these women would just keep quiet. So for me, I didn't see the value in being in a relationship where somebody doesn't value me at all. You must value me to the point whereby I should feel I am the only person that you want to be with. And for me, I would say Ghanaian men, no for me. And Ghanaian men are not romantic. For my experience, like I'm saying, my experience, please don't come and kill me. I'm yet to see a romantic Ghanaian, maybe the young ones, but the ones that I've come across, what I've seen, they are not romantic, like they don't know how to make you feel special as a woman. When it's my birthday, you don't really get gifts. Valentine's as well, you don't really feel, they don't really spoil you, maybe because you are just a girlfriend. But it would be nice if I had experienced the romantic side of a Ghanaian man, and then I would say, oh, Ghanaian men are romantic. But I never experienced that, and I never saw any of my friends experience the romantic side of Ghanaian men. So Ghanaian men are not romantic. So if you want a man that will just marry you and you just be there, like that, Ghanaian men are like that. They don't really care about romantic things, my experience. So that's where we are, and I'm happy. It's been many years. I've moved on with my life, dated other people from different cultures, and I'll still say I choose Nigerian men over Ghanaian men by far in everything. Take care, guys. Before I make other headlines as well. It's a girl, Lily Mutamz, also known as Galopa Z.